It was an early morning message through Facebook. The longest-serving Republican in New York's congressional delegation, Peter King, announcing he will not be seeking re-election next year.
It's actually reassuring because now the initial thrust is over. I'm more convinced than ever that I did the right thing.
King grew up in Sunnyside, Queens, started off his life in politics as a Long Island council member, but it was his time in the U.S. Congress representing the 2nd Congressional District, parts of Suffolk and Nassau counties, where he made his real mark. After 28 years, however, he told us it was time to close this chapter of his life. Ultimately, he says his reason was to spend more time with his children and grandchildren.
I don't expect anyone to feel sorry for me. Believe me, I love every minute in Congress, but I just decided maybe after 28 years, it's time that I'd be able to make plenty of reservations to visit my family.
King is viewed as a moderate Republican, one who oftentimes successfully was able to build bipartisan relationships. In this new political era, however, he says that is much harder to achieve, though he says it has nothing to do with why he's leaving.
I'm not leaving because the state is bad, but it is pretty bad right now. Both parties are controlled by their bases. You have social media, you have cable TV, you have talk radio, you have all of that, which is putting people into individual silos. They live in these parallel universes.
King's longtime colleague, New York Senator Chuck Schumer, said this on Twitter, saying King stood head and shoulders above everyone else, that he was principled. In stark contrast, Representative Ilhan Omar called King an Islamophobe and referenced King's stance on the Eric Gardner case.
These were not bigoted hearings. These were, to me, it was breaking through political correctness. I stand by everything I've said and done. She's taking things out of context.
King will finish out his term, so he says he still has a lot of work ahead of him. In the meantime, despite looking forward to more time together, King's wife, Rosemary, by his side for 52 years, says she finds her husband's decision a bit bittersweet.
I think the people of the district will miss out on something special. I mean, we've lived in this house since 1971. All the neighbors know us.
And if you're keeping count here, King's announcement makes the 20th congressional Republican to announce that they will not be seeking re-election or retiring. So King told us this. He did get in touch with President Trump in advance notice, to give him rather advance notice of his retirement, and he says that the president tried to encourage him to stay on. However, as he explained his reasoning, he says the president understood his decision. And as you can imagine, already a lot of names being mentioned as to who could possibly replace Congressman King come next term. We are reporting live from Massapequa Park. I'm Narmeen Chaudhry, Pix 11 News.